Hi everybody, it's Nancy with Nancy's Hooked on Crochet. Hope you're all doing well. Guess you're all getting ready for Valentine's Day. I've got a couple of projects completed, and I have a one web, two finished objects, and I have some acquisitions to show you. So I'd like to welcome anybody that's never been to my channel before, and as well as thanking you if you returned. So it'd be nice if you could subscribe or press like or put a comment. Okay, let's get going. So let's see. I actually saw this shawl that I really liked, and I was looking for a tutorial. It's called Lost in Time, but it seems that the tutorial, I think, is in German. I wasn't sure what language it was, but I think somebody told me it was German. So I couldn't do it. So I actually found the free written pattern that was in English, and I followed the written pattern, and I made the shawl pretty much without a tutorial, which usually I follow tutorials. I actually was able to follow the pattern for the divine hat, but other than the hat, or really simple hat, I've been basically, now I'm getting better at the patterns, which is great because it's been a while. Let's see. And then I purchased the yarn that I made this shawl out of at Hobby Lobby when they had the big sale, and I got a few different versions of this particular yarn. Now I forget what it was called. I think it was Yarn Bee Sugar Whip. That's what it was. And it's a number 4 yarn. And I had 3 cakes. And, let me see. No, that's the one. So, yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. Has these puff stitches. So I was able to, I had plenty of yarn with the 3 cakes, and I even did the border, which I really like. Kind of connects to the little puff stitches. And it's warm too. Excuse me. Peach and purple and like an off-white color. And it's plenty big too. So that was the first finished object. So then I decided I'm going to, do the same shawl in a different yarn to show you how, with a different yarn, how different the same shawl can look. I've done shawls before with the shawl and the ball. And basically, I had a few different ones still from when they had the big sale a while back. They had like a really big sale where you got 5 for, I think it was 5 for $10 or something like that. So it came out to like $2 each, and then there was shipping, so it came out to like $2.50 each. So I used 2, and I made it with this one here. Getting stuck to the hanger. Okay. A little harder to work with this yarn because it's thinner. It says it's a number 4. It says 6mm. I went up a size hook because I figured, I don't know, just figured it would maybe be bigger. Okay. Not laying perfect for some reason at the bottom. And even though I had a lot of yards, I didn't have enough to do that same border. I had to stop over here. There was like 3 more rows of the border. But I used basically all the yarn. It's just a tiny bit left. So I like it. I'll put it this way. Anyway. It's like a 3D. Has like a 3D stitch in there. So it doesn't look exactly as that one, but this was a thinner yarn and that's the thicker yarn. Anyway, now I did go shopping at Walmart a couple of weeks ago. I always go down the yarn aisle and I always go down the clearance aisle. Sometimes I'll find yarn in the clearance aisle. So this one day I saw they had that really fat yarn there, and I don't want nothing to do with that super fat roving yarn stuff. It's just ridiculous. And they had that for $2. And then I looked down and they had a bunch of this Red Hot Ombre. I got purple. Wait, I got more. Where is it? So I got 9 of these. I think there's only 8 in here. Wait. Oh, there's 7 in here, but I got 2 more. And then I got the same amount in another color. Wait a second. I'm trying to find, I left out 2. And then I got 7 of this one. See? It's called, so this one's called Deep Teal. And the other one is just, I think it's just called Purple. Yeah, wait. Yeah, it's just called Purple. And they have a different purplish looking one there now. They must have got in a new purple, so they got rid of the old purple. So I kind of grabbed it all, thinking maybe I'll make a blanket, you know, or I could make another. 2 of them, I made a shawl with 2 of them once. But I don't know what I'm going to make with that yet. So I bought that. I've been trying to avoid buying yarn, but when I see it for $2, it's kind of hard not to. And then a different day, I went to the Dollar Tree, and I found 2 of these. Karen Simply Soft. And it's $1. And you know, it's got the multicolor. I might have some yellow. I could do something with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I do have that in yellow. I don't think I have it in red. And then they also had like this at the Dollar Tree. Well, this I got at Walmart for $1. But I bought 2. This is like the scrubby. And I attempted to make, I made a granny square. I'm not that in love with it. I mean, I thought maybe I'll make a washcloth for the kitchen sink. So I wound up taking a cotton yarn and I put it like 2 strands together and I made a washcloth for the kitchen sink. And it's there in the kitchen and it's kind of wet. So I made it too big. And if I made it again, I'd make it a little smaller. It worked better than this. I mean, this has too many holes. It was hard to see the stitches, but anyway. So I got 2. And the solid color, you get more yards. So I got 2 at the Dollar Tree, and then when I went to Walmart, I saw it, I bought 2 more. And, you know, kind of, I got burnt out I get tired sometimes doing the big projects, so maybe I'll make some washcloths or something next. Just to take a break. I don't know what I'm going to make next. So that's everything I purchased recently. Anyway, so that's all now. Oh yeah, I did start something else, and I'll show it to you. Just 1 second, I'll be right back. Last video, I showed you the yarn I found at Dollar Tree. This one, the blanket one, the Vernet blanket. It's called Brights. And I thought, which stitch would you use for this? I've made stuff before, but sometimes I have trouble with the sides of the blankets. So I decided I'm going to try to make corner to corner. So I started it, I did a little bit, I didn't do too much. I figured it's an easier way for me to keep my sides, straight. So what do you think of corner to corner with this kind of yarn? You really can't appreciate it kind of has like a 3D effect. But I don't know. I don't know if I like this yarn with the corner to corner. What do you think? Let me know what you think. because I have more of it and I could just start something else and see if I like it better. Oh, the phone's ringing. It's not for me. So I'm using an 8mm hook. This one's a boil. I usually use Susan Bates, but I don't have every size in that brand. I'm managing now with both. This one, I got at Walmart, I guess, a while back. And you know, the bigger hooks, the project goes faster. So that's where I'm at. I don't have as much time to crochet as I'd like. During the day, I usually go out to the gym now, or I'm babysitting in the afternoon. So mostly I'm crocheting at night, sometimes a little during the day. I might have time in the morning before I go out to get in a little bit, get a couple of rows in, you know. So that's everything I've made since I last saw you and when I started. So I did purposely stock the blanket just so I hate when I finish a project having nothing on the hook. I'm not really, don't really, you know, I always usually finish my projects. So I purposely had something going so that I wouldn't have to be like, oh, what am I going to make now? Because I'd like to have something on the hook. That's all. Anyway, I'm not going to make this a really super duper long video, you know, and I don't really have a lot to tell you. I mean, basically, just keeping busy, getting something done here. And I did buy something else. I picked up some other yarn. Look, don't look at my messy closet. It's full of yarn. I went to Michael's one day. I have some black in the same yarn, although they don't have it at Michael's. It's called The Pound of Love. And I used a coupon. I got right. I used a coupon, and I think I had 60% off. So I only paid $4.28 because I have a nice amount of black. And on my to-do list, I want to do a black and white shawl. This says it's a number 4, but it's not a number 4. I mean, it's a number 4, but it's thinner. It's almost like a 3. So I'm thinking about starting a black and white shawl. I'm not sure which one I want to do. I'm not sure. I think I just might do a virus shawl. Make it easy, because I haven't done one in a while. And, you know, like I don't have my friend asked me a while back. I made her a white shawl and a black shawl and a brown shawl, and I don't have any solids. But another lady she asked me to make her a black and white shawl. I made her the cake and candle, and it looked really nice to black and white. So I might do I want to do a virus shawl in black and white, see how that looks. And I'm going to use that yarn and the leftover black yarn that I have from her shawl. I didn't use it all. And that's something I'm going to do soon. Maybe I'll just start it, and I'll have 2 things on the hook. That's why I don't have just one thing on the hook. And then I'm also thinking about that purple yarn or the green yarn. I'm thinking about making a virus blanket I never made. So if you have any suggestions what I could do, I have 9 skeins of the purple and 9 of the teal. So that's what I was thinking about making, because they look really nice. But the baby's going to get the colorful one here. This one. It's for the baby. He loves this yarn. So it was good to see you all. And nothing big going on here. I'm just staying. It's nice and hot here in Florida. We had a couple of cool days, and I actually wore a little jacket one day, and it was cool, I think, on the weekend, and then it warmed up again. It's back to 80 degrees. So I'm not dealing with any snow here. I've outgrown the snow. I do miss the change of weather, but I don't miss the ice, falling down on the ice, clumsy me, and the slush and battling to get a parking spot. So that's the story. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing my video, and if you like seeing my projects, subscribe. And And that's about it for today. So it's Monday, February 10th. It's actually one of my son's birthdays, but he lives in New York, so to speak to him earlier. He turned 34. I have 3 sons. One just turned 37. And then this one, the middle son, turned 34. And my youngest son's 30. And then I have my little grandson, who's 2. Well, time flies. I mean, they grow up so quickly. Okay, friends. So I hope you'll subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you sooner than the last time. I think I let it go 3 weeks. You know. Well, I'm gonna go. Take care of yourselves. Bye. And have a good Valentine's Day. Bye bye.